In 1965, style and speed ruled the American road, not safety. The Ford Falcon, popular and cheap, crumpled like paper in crashes. And seatbelts? Optional. With steel dashboards and no airbags, even a minor accident could be fatal. In 1965, the most dangerous thing about driving was the car itself. Today, we'll tell you about 3 dangerous cars. So let's get started. Dear viewers, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you for your support. Number 3. Why the 1965 Mercury Comet was dangerous. Deadly flaw. Lightweight body with poor structural integrity. Built on the compact Ford Falcon platform, the Comet was relatively light for its size. Unfortunately, this meant very little reinforcement in the doors and sides, leading to severe cabin intrusion in side impacts. In collisions, the car's body would crumple inward instead of dispersing energy, directly endangering passengers. Interior danger: sharp fixtures everywhere. Dashboard knobs, metal trim, and chrome toggle switches were all protruding and unpadded. These became dangerous projectiles or impalement hazards in crashes. Even low-speed accidents could cause serious injuries. The steering column was not collapsible, meaning a frontal crash could push it directly into the driver's chest. Safety tech lacking. No standard seat belts in base models, and those that were available were simple lap belts with poor anchoring. No crumple zones, no energy-absorbing steering column, and no head restraints, all common by later standards. Braking systems were underpowered, especially on V8-equipped models with more speed potential. Fun fact, despite its safety shortcomings, the Comet was a popular drag racing platform in its Cyclone trim. Powerful, lightweight, and cheap. It was marketed as the lively one. But unfortunately, that liveliness didn't extend to occupant protection. Number 2. Why the 1965 Lincoln Continental? Deadly flaw: size without safety engineering. Despite weighing over 5,000 pounds, it had virtually no structural crash protection. There were no crumple zones, and the massive steel body transferred collision forces directly to the cabin. Rigid frames and hard interiors made survival in high-speed impacts unlikely. Size didn't equal safety in this case. Unique hazard: rear-hinged suicide doors. The iconic rear-opening back doors added style, but posed a real safety risk. If not latched properly, they could fly open in a collision or hard turn, potentially ejecting rear seat passengers. This was especially dangerous before seatbelts were widely used or required. Like many cars of the era, the Continental had a metal dashboard, protruding switches, and hard-edged trim. The steering column wasn't collapsible, creating a fatal risk in head-on crashes. There were no airbags, side impact beams, or rollover protection, despite the car's wide stance and long wheelbase. Fun fact, President John F. Kennedy was riding in a 1961 Lincoln Continental convertible when he was assassinated, which only heightened public awareness of its design, especially the lack of protection. After the assassination, future presidential limousines were heavily modified for safety and armor, something the stock Continental lacked entirely. Number 1. Why the 1965 Plymouth Fury was dangerous. No front-end crash engineering. The Fury had a massive front end with 0 energy-absorbing structures. In a frontal collision, the rigid body transmitted most of the crash force directly to the occupants, causing severe injuries. Steel dash and sharp interior components. The dashboard was made of solid, painted steel. Beautiful, but deadly. In even moderate crashes, unbelted passengers were launched forward into steering wheels, dashes, or windshields. No padded surfaces, and metal knobs and levers were common throughout the cabin. Missing safety features. No airbags, no collapsible steering column, and seatbelts were optional. The car lacked head restraints, increasing the risk of whiplash. Brakes and tires were adequate for cruising, but not for emergency stops or evasive maneuvers. Fun fact, the Fury would later become famous thanks to Stephen King's Christine, a supernatural horror novel and film. Fitting, given how deadly the real version could be in a crash.